Unless it's necessary, I just really don't go now. I had a doctor's appointment in Glenorchy and I just cancelled that because I can't justify the fuel to go there and back.
Cindy Temple has 7 children and 1 grandchild.
It's a Prado, so it's a large car for a large family and a 150 litre tank.
Filling it empties her bank account.
It wasn't quite empty, it was nearly $350. That's a fair bit of what I bring home. So I try to only fill the car once a month if I can.
Driving is now limited to her commute to work and getting the kids to school.
We don't eat out anymore. Food's been chopped to bare minimum. No driving holidays, no four-wheel driving trips anymore or camping. Yeah, it's just bare necessities really now.
On top of that, Rego is due and the 15-year-old car needs new tyres. That's another $1,000 gone.
Now I'd probably like to downsize perhaps to a smaller car, but finding one, selling that, I'd go to lose so much money on it.
It's very hard to get a new vehicle. So what we're seeing is that the price of used cars is absolutely rocketing.
The average age of a car in Tasmania is 13 years, compared with the national average of 10 years.
That has a hit on a family budget. If you've got an older vehicle, it's less fuel efficient. You're probably spending more as time goes by on maintenance.
To pay for repairs, maintenance and registration,
yeah, we can definitely help with that.
Many Tasmanians are taking out loans.
Every fortnight we're saying what are the trends we're seeing, and car repairs is coming up.
The no-interest loan scheme offers small, interest-free loans to people on low incomes. 17% are taken out for repairs and rego.
When we talk about people getting into debt spirals or cost of living pressures, it's not just one thing. It's all those things accumulate in people's fortnightly expenses, and that can lead to huge stresses for people.
To help ease those pressures, there are calls for car registrations to be payable on a fortnightly basis and for an increase in the job seeker payment. But what's front of mind for most people at the moment is the cost of fuel. The federal government has cut the fuel excise from 44 cents per litre to 22 cents for the next 6 months. Even so, the cost of petrol is at record highs. The average fuel price in Tasmania is $1.93.3. A year ago, it was $1.43. The average passenger vehicle in Australia burns through 11.1 litres of fuel per 100 kilometres. So if your commute to work involves a 50-kilometre round trip each day, plus school drop-offs, plus the kids have training on a Wednesday night, plus the twice-weekly trip to the shops, and then you've got to head back into town for Saturday sport. At $1.43, it costs you $55 a week. At $1.93, it costs $75. That's an additional $80 a month.
Well, that really does put the pressure on families, particularly low-income families, because what sort of choices do they have to make? They need to drive to work, they need to get their children to school, they need to shop for the essentials.
Hello. Hi. Just that one.
The owner of the Lewisham service station, Maz Ilali, is doing what he can to help. His fuel prices are regularly 20 cents cheaper than that of his competitors. That's because he sells his petrol at cost.
I mean, especially the bigger businesses can afford to do it. We're just, basically a mum and dad store. So essentially he doesn't make any money on the fuel. But it's his way of helping the community and giving back a little, especially during, pandemic times.
The alternative to filling up is boarding a bus. Catching the bus is currently free in Tassie, but even outside this free trial period, it's seen as an affordable alternative to the high cost of owning and operating your own vehicle. But the bus network in Tassie is limited, and bus travel is simply impractical for many Tasmanians.
For me, I can't take a bus to work. There's no buses down here that go at the times that I work.
So, for Cindy Temple, there's no alternative but to stick with her thirsty four-wheel drive and face the prospect of further fuel price hikes to come.
Everybody's just buckling down between that and, COVID job losses and things like that. People just don't have the money that they used to. So, yeah, hard for everyone.